Aluhu. El Shaddai Lehenu Walei Abotenu. Abiyah Yes Kabab Yaakov. Atakwados Shemeka Kwados Baruch Shemeka Lolam Ba'eh. Washamaru B'nai Israel El Shabbat La'asot El Shabbat L'dor Tam Ola. B'nai B'nai Israel Oti Ola. Kishe Shetim Masad El Shaddai Wa Shamayim. Where Ta'aretz Ubayom Masbi Shabbat Wa Inafash. Baruch Shemeka, Baruch Yemeneka, Baruch Torateka, Baruch Kedushateka. El Shaddai Melech, El Shaddai Malak, El Shaddai Imlok L'olam Ma'ed. Baruch Shem Kabo Makuto L'olam Ma'ed. Baruch Kabo Lohim Mikmo Melech Elyon. Aluhu L'olam Ma'ed. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the great mighty revered God, the Most High God, who bestows loving kindness, possesses all things, who remembers the pious deeds of the patriarchs, the Most High, slow of anger, great in kindness, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, but who by no means clearly guilty, visiting iniquities of fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. The Most High's work is perfect, for all his ways of justice, a God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and right to see. You may be seated. Giving due respect and honor to a head in Israel, my father, Chief Eleazar. To the chief men, princes, brothers and sisters, I say unto you the tongue of my forefathers, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, God.
We as a people, we're going to go into Leviticus 11. We as a people have to learn. We as a people have to learn that our emotions do not have the power to change God's reality. How you feel can't change the reality of what the books are saying. See, we allow our emotions to get in the way of us serving God. We allow our emotions to dictate our lives in a negative way.
Right.
In a negative way, which means what? When it is not, when it's contrary and opposite and against God. Because ain't nothing wrong with having emotions. Huh? Ain't nothing wrong with having emotions. But when your emotions get in the way of you serving God, now it has become a problem. Huh? The standards of how to live. There are standards on how to live, what to accept. Huh? There are things that God commanded us and showed us what to accept. There are things that we should not accept. There are things that we should be despising and hating. But when we are entitled to our opinions, and when our opinions is not in accord with the moral code of God, we have to realize and recognize one thing, that we are right. We are wrong.
Okay.
We're wrong. We're out of place.
Okay.
Because a lot of us, we deal with each other according to our feelings, or according to our pride, or according to the amount of vanity that we have within us. Now, these things is what cause us to make the wrong decision. These things is what cause us to move contrary and do actions that's contrary from what God says. And that's when the problem starts. Let's go into Leviticus chapter 11.
Leviticus chapter 11.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them.
Now this chapter is going to teach us how to eat.
Uh-oh. I hear it.
How to eat. You can't serve God going against the diet.
That's right.
God commanded Moses, and he told Moses, in order to remain in this land, we have to keep his laws. We have to keep all his laws. We can't keep some and think we could be accepted by God.
We can't keep this and eradicate that and think we can be accepted by God. So therefore, the diet counts. Huh? What else counts? Your dress wear and how you dress counts. What you wear counts. Okay? Your appearance counts. How you look counts. Your behavior and your ways counts. All these things count before God. And this is the reason why God cannot accept us wholeheartedly. Because we correct in some areas, but we not correct in other areas. And then we read the book and put our own definition, our own meaning, and then we tell the people, what we say? To fit you. We twist the meaning to what the book says to fit your twisted mindset. And then we want the people to believe it. We go and reiterate these things to people. You know what? That's what it means to lead the blind astray, man. Huh? To lead the blind astray is when you cause that person to fall into iniquity, fall into waywardness by according to what you done told them and informed that person concerning God, and it ain't true. Leviticus chapter 11. Tom sheet.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Okay. He says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts. Chaya. These are the living. Not everything living you can eat.
All right, make it clear.
I said, not everything that I created, that God created, he said, you can eat. He said, go ahead, read.
Whosoever parted the hoof.
He said, whatsoever part the hoof.
And his clothing footed.
And his clothing footed. So the hoof, you have a hoof, a deer foot. And that deer foot is a hoof, and it has a split in the middle. Right? Cloven foot, part the hoof, and choose the cud. So these are the three characteristics that tells me that this animal is clean to eat.
Right.
Okay? So now, what does chew the cud mean? Chew the cud is the process of regurgitating partially digested food to re-chew it for further digestion. These type of animals have 4 chambered stomachs. They have more than one stomach, known as ruminants, regurgitating food back into their mouth to re-chew it. The second chewing breaks down the plants materials further, allowing the animal to extract more nutrients and energy from it. So there's a purpose of why the animal chews the cud. It's a digestive process. Okay? Tom sheet.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat.
Of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. As the camel.
As the
because
camel.
he cheweth the cud.
Because he chewed the cud.
But divided not the hoof.
But divided not the hoof.
He is unclean unto you.
The camel is unclean. No, you can't eat camel hump. Leave the camel hump alone. You should not want nothing to do with an unclean animal. No parts. He said, because what? He chews the cud,
but
divided not the hoof.
He is unclean.
He is unclean unto you. Tom sheet.
And the hair. Because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof.
And the coney. Right? The coney. When you look up in the Hebrew word for the coney, it says shin pei nun, shapan. It means rock badger or rabbit, coming out of the rabbit family. They have padded feet that allows them to climb steep rocks. See, the Most High created these things specifically to accommodate with their habitat or where they're living at. Surfaces, they live in rocky crevices. Okay? Tom sheet.
And the hair.
And the
because he
hair.
cheweth the cud,
because he chews the
but
cud.
divided not the whole.
Now, I did my studies on the hair. It says the hair, you very rarely find hairs. He said they resemble the rabbits, but they're bigger. They show the picture. The hairs are way more bigger than rabbits, and they're longer legs, right? Go ahead.
Because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the whole, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divided the hoof,
because they divided the hoof,
and be cloven footed,
yet
he cheweth not the cud.
Yet they chew it, not the cud. This is the swine, right? The pig. And this is why it's important to stick to the dietary laws of God. Now, there are rumors, and they said that they had produced a pig that chewed the cud.
Who did that?
You ain't hear about it? Remember I was saying that?
God ain't do it.
God ain't do it. But they produced a pig that chews the cud. I'm not messing with that. Because these type of pigs that they have created that chews the cud is man-made.
Abomination.
It's an abomination. I'm not eating it. Right? And go ahead, Tom C.
Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
Another thing we got to realize, if they did that with the pig, how many others of them had they produced that we don't even know about? Huh? Other animals that they have produced. Now, we have realized the cattle, the beasts, the birds, creeping things, reptiles, from the beginning, it's not the same. Not the same today. The animals that was created by God in the beginning is not the same today.
A lot of them died out.
A lot of them died out. A lot of crossbreeding went down. A lot of transformation went down. Yes. Go ahead, Tom C.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 8.
Verse 8.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
They are unclean unto you.
Tom C.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
Go ahead.
Whatsoever hath fins.
And
scales.
So this is the criteria of the fishes that God commanded us and said that we can eat. Right? So now the fins helps the fish with their movements and their steering in the water. Scales protects the fish from predators, from fungi, diseases, from parasites. Also, their movements through water are more efficient. So when God equipped these fishes with scales, it's to protect them from diseases and parasites. And God said, those are the fishes that are clean to eat. Lobsters don't have scales, full of diseases, full of parasites. That's why when you eat it, a lot of people end up getting tapeworms.
Yeah.
Swine, the same thing, right? Now, I was doing some reading, some studying, right? Sharks have scales, and I never knew this, but I ain't eating no shark. I'm not eating no shark. Sharks have their scales. Their scales is different from salmon scales, from regular fishes, because their scales, sharks have different type of scales. The regular fish called denticles is tooth-like. It's like tooth-like scales. They create a surface that reduce drag, making them faster, quieter swimmers. You won't even see them coming. Very rare. Denticles are tiny tooth-like scales that covers a shark's skin, providing both a hydrodynamic advantage and a physical defense. Sharks. I didn't even know that. Tom C.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
All right. Now, tuna. Tuna has scales, but not the whole body. There's different types of scales. You have the skipjack tuna. It's mostly without scales, except for a band of thick scales called the corselet behind the head and what? And a faint lateral line. So the scales that the tuna have is in the back, behind the head, behind the lateral line, running down each side. Right? The yellowfin tuna has scales so small it can go unnoticed. All tuna has scales, but they appear to be scaleless because they are so small. The only enlarged scales of tuna is on specific areas like the corselet, a band of enlarged scales behind the head and lateral line. It is normal for many of tuna's scales to fall off. Why? Because I was studying, they said, remember back in Ben Isaiah, they said, oh, tuna scales fall off. Yeah. When I'm reading the books about it, they said the scales really fall off. He said because they hit, when you try to catch the scales, it's loose. On the tuna, it's not firm on it. It's very loose. So when they're in the water and you trying to catch them and they handle it, the scales end up, most of the scales end up falling off when it is shaken out the water. Unlike many other fish, tuna do not have scales across most of their bodies. The scales they do have is around the corselet, again, behind the head and lateral line. Tuna has a very delicate skin. When the fish is caught and handled, so many of their loosely attached scales are easily shed due to physical contact, which is natural. Tuna has a distinct bloodline that is rich in myoglobin. Myoglobin is found in the blood, like hemoglobin. And tuna is a very bloody fish. And when God commanded us not to eat blood, guess what? It means the fish too. You got to get the blood out of the fish. A lot of us don't pay attention to fishes. We just take the fish and we fry it and we bake it without paying attention of getting the blood out. So one day we had got some salmon. I split the salmon in half. I picked up the salmon. I squeeze it. I see blood coming out. I see blood coming out of the fish from the middle of the spine. So when you buy your fish, if you want to be correct and 100% with God, you will get rid of the blood also in the fish. You can't soak it out. You got to cut it out. Cut it out. You got to cut that whole spine out. Okay? The protein that gives meat its red color. But can you tell the difference? We can't tell the difference between what's myoglobin and blood. That's why when you soak your meat, you soak the meat until it's gray, not pink. If your meat is pink and you're cooking it while it's pink, the blood is still in it. You are consuming and eating blood. But this is what we need to teach the people, the law. Whether they're here or they're forebear. You know what that means? Whether you get angry or you don't get angry, whether you like it or not, you're going to hear it. That's what that means. Okay? Time sheet.
And all that have not fins nor scales.
And all that don't have fins or scales.
In the seas.
In the seas.
And in the rivers.
And in the rivers.
Of all that move in the waters. And of every living thing which is in the waters. They shall be an abomination unto you.
Okay, then. Time sheet.
They shall even be an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh.
You shall not eat of their flesh.
But you shall have their carcasses in abomination.
Time sheet.
Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters.
What verse you at?
12.
Go ahead.
That shall be an abomination unto you.
It's an abomination. God detests it. God hates it. God despises it. So, whatever God despises, we have to despise it. We got to train ourselves to despise it and despise what God despises. Time sheet.
And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls.
Among the fowls. Time sheet.
They shall not be eaten.
Okay, but I noticed while we're reading about the birds, we did not get a description of the clean birds. We only got a description of the unclean birds. So how do we know what birds are clean? This is why I only stick to the birds that I read about in the book, so I am sure.
That's why. They knew the difference.
Okay? They knew the difference. Our forefathers knew the difference.
Fowl that may be eaten.
That's right. Let's read it.
They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination.
They are an abomination. The eagle. The eagle.
and the ossifrage,
the ossifrage,
the osprey,
the osprey,
and the vulture,
the vulture,
and the kite
the kite,
after his kind,
after his kind,
every
read.
raven after
The
his
raven
kind,
after his kind,
and the owl,
the owl,
and the nighthawk,
the
and
nighthawk,
the cuckoo,
the cuckoo,
and the hawk
the
after
hawk
his kind,
after his kind.
and the little owl.
After his kind, let me name who means related. It goes like relations, family, same genus, same tribe, same family. Read.
And the little owl,
Mm-hmm.
and the cormorant,
Uh-huh.
and the great owl.
Okay, the great owl. The Hebrew word for the great owl is Yanshuf. When I looked up the definition of Yanshuf in the Hebrew, it says the turkey buzzard. Okay? God never gave what to look for in a bird that makes it clean. That makes it clean. Okay? Okay? The Creator gave a list of unclean birds, but no list of clean birds. Chicken is the closest relative to the T-Rex, right? That's correct. A mix between the jungle fowl. The chicken is a mix, is a hybrid bird, a mix between a jungle fowl and another bird that wasn't listed. You're still trying to figure that other bird out, right? They share a common ancestor, and all birds are living descendants of pteropods, dinosaurs. All birds are living pteropods, right? But now check this out now. We had different types of dinosaurs, and I'm going to get to that, right? They found similar collagen protein in a T-Rex, in T-Rex fossils, and modern birds. Ostriches also share a similar close relationship with the T-Rex. So now, is an ostrich clean to eat? The ostriches is not clean to eat. The ostrich and the chicken share similar close relations to the T-Rex. So how in the world is the ostrich unclean, but the chicken is not unclean? Time out. Let's listen. Let's listen. Let's listen. Okay? Let's listen. Scientists analyze proteins from 68 million years old. T-Rex fossils, and found that its collagen was more similar to that of a chicken and an ostrich than to any other living bird. Direct descendants. Chickens share about 60% of genetic material with T-Rex. Same genes. 60%. Chickens are a type of bird called avian dinosaurs. The only type of dinosaurs that evolved into birds were avian dinosaurs. Okay? That evolved from small feathered theropod dinosaurs. The same group. Okay? The same group T-Rex belonged to.
Same group.
Right. Now, most dinosaurs were not kosher because they did not have the required characteristics. And the birds of ancient Israel were a different category from non-avian dinosaurs. Now you have, forget about the avian dinosaurs. Now you have land dinosaurs, right? They lack split hooves. Those wasn't the ones that fly, right? They were ground dinosaurs. They didn't have no split hooves. They had hooves with no splits, which is a requirement. While avian dinosaurs were subject to specific rules based on tradition, not characteristics of a non-avian dinosaur. Now you have sea dinosaurs, would not be kosher because they had no fins and scales. So the avian dinosaurs, the ancient Israelite concept of birds, flying reptiles like pterosaurs, since they flew and appeared bird-like. Okay? Tom sheet.
And the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl. Verse 18. And the swan, and the pelican, and the gyre eagle.
The swan, the pelican, the gyre eagle.
the stork,
the stork,
the heron,
the heron,
after her kind,
after her
the
kind,
lapwing,
uh-huh,
and the bat.
and the bat,
Verse 20.
uh-huh.
All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you.
All fowls that creep, going upon all four shall be an abomination. Now we have a characteristics of the fowls that creep. There was no characteristics or what to look for the birds. Which means what? It wasn't too many clean birds. Majority of the birds was unclean. Tom Sheep.
All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall
Uh-huh.
be an abomination unto you. Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet,
Uh-huh.
to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat.
Uh-huh.
The locust,
The locust,
after his kind,
after his kind.
and the bald locust,
The bald locust,
after his kind,
after his kind.
and the beetle,
The beetle,
after his kind,
after his kind.
and the grasshopper,
The grasshopper,
after his kind.
after his kind.
But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you.
Uh-huh.
And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening.
Uh-oh. So if you touch a flying, creeping thing, you are unclean until the evening. You don't have to wash your clothes. You don't have to bathe your flesh. You are just unclean. There are other laws that we need. There are laws that we need to be doing. Are we fulfilling these laws?
That's right, brother.
Huh? Huh? Are you even aware of these laws? When you pick up certain things that you need to wash your clothes, when you pick up certain things, you got to go wash your flesh before sunset. These are things that we have to be aware of so that we can begin to be accepted by God. But we look over these things. We look over these things like it doesn't exist. Let's read it.
And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the
Okay,
evening.
now. So now let's go back. Okay? Let's go back. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. Right? 4 feet, not 6, not 8. The flying, creeping things that can cause you to, or make you get unclean and you have to wash your clothes are creeping things that have 4 feet. So if it has 6 feet and you pick it up and throw it out, you don't gotta wash your clothes. It has to have 4 feet. So I pick up an insect that's dead and it has 4 feet. The next thing you have to do, make your mind up to go wash.
Right.
Make your mind up to go wash. Because the only way that these laws is going to become habitual, I have to get myself accustomed of doing it.
Right.
You're not gonna get accustomed of fulfilling these laws. You got to start from somewhere.
That's right.
Okay.
You got to start from somewhere, man.
That's right, brother.
You got to start stepping up in these laws.
That's right,
It
brother.
ain't just Shabbat.
That's
Okay.
right.
It ain't just fringes.
That's right.
It ain't just, I can't even say blood and fat because we eat that. Look, I can only, not we. I don't eat blood and fat.
Israel.
The nation, the Israelites.
That's right, brother.
Okay? We look past all these laws, but we want God to accept us.
Yeah.
And we tell the people that we're blessed.
Yeah.
But we do things that bring curse upon ourselves by going against these laws.
So how can we be?
So how can we be blessed?
That's right.
If we go against, if we don't acknowledge all of God's law.
That's right.
So if you pick up an insect with 4 feet that is unclean, that God said is abominable, you got to go wash your clothes. Make your mind up to go wash your clothes.
That's right. Brother.
Sometimes when I kill a water bug and ain't nobody in the house, I get butt naked.
We ain't gotta wash it.
I get butt naked, take my clothes off, pick up the bug, flush them in the toilet. I ain't got no clothes on. So what clothes I gotta wash? Nothing. I ain't gotta wash my flesh because the book ain't said I gotta wash my flesh.
That's right.
After I throw them out, I put my clothes back on. We gotta make our mind up and start doing this. Go ahead, read.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
The carcass of every beast was divided the hoof.
The carcass of every beast that divided the hoof.
and is not cloven footed,
and is not cloven footed,
nor cheweth the cud, or unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean.
Wait a minute. The carcass of every beast which divided the hoof, and is not cloven footed, nor chew the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws, which means the carcass of an animal is a full dress, the full dress body of the animal, the dead body. Okay? You touch it, you're unclean. Tom sheet.
Verse 27.
27.
And whatsoever goeth upon his paws, among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean unto the evening. And he that beareth the carcass of them.
So you touch those carcasses, you just unclean to the even. You ain't gotta wash no clothes. Okay. I ain't gotta wash my flesh. The animals that goes on all paws are what? Cats, dogs. Okay, go ahead.
He shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even.
Time sheet.
They are unclean unto you.
Time sheet.
These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth. The weasel and the mouse and the tortoise.
The mouse, the tortoise.
After his kind.
After his kind.
And the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard and the snail and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the even.
Adam was something else. Adam named every one of these animals and creeping things according to their characteristics. According to the characteristics of the animals and creeping things and insects, which means,
Insight is crazy.
he had insight of how these animals was, and he named them according. That's deep, man. And down to the insects. Go ahead.
And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean.
Okay.
Whether it be any vessel of wood,
or
raiment, or skin, or sack.
Okay, which ones they talking about? The mouse, the ferret, the tortoise, the ferret, the lizard, the chameleon, the mole, the snail. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the even. Go ahead, verse 32.
And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean.
So when these things are dead and they fall upon any vessel, the Hebrew word for vessel is a keli. A keli is a implement, a utensil, a bowl, bowls, or things that's made from. Go ahead, read.
Or raiment,
or
skin,
or
sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it shall be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the even, so it shall be cleansed.
Okay, then. So now, if these things fall on any one of these things, now God said you can get these things clean by washing it and putting it in water. Yeah. There are some uncleannesses that God said is unclean, and He never said. I never read where God said or showed us where we can get it clean, which means it stays unclean.
That's it.
Which means we have to learn and understand that and stop adding on to what God said. That's right. So when a woman is unclean or a man is unclean, a woman unclean in her menstruation, or a man that's unclean in his issue, whatsoever he sits, whatsoever she sits on, whatsoever he lies on, whatsoever she lies on, that bed and that chair is unclean. That's right. And God never said how to get it back clean. That's right. It don't become clean automatically. No. It don't become clean when you get off your menstruation. No. The book ain't said that. It says it's to her uncleanness. It's for her separation. Right. Go ahead.
And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and you shall break it.
Okay, an earthen vessel are things that's made of clay, pottery, all right? And this is why it's not good to buy plates, bowls made of earth or clay or pottery, porcelain, You know why? Because, go ahead and read it.
And every earthen vessel whereunto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean.
Whatsoever
and
is
ye
in
shall
it
break
be
it.
unclean. Now, if it got unclean, most I say you got to break it. Go ahead.
Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean. And all drink that may be drunken, every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean. Whether it be oven or ranges.
And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falls shall be unclean, whether it be oven. So when you're moving to an apartment and the oven is there, you don't know if a mouse died in that oven. You're not sure if a mouse didn't die in that oven. So therefore, when you move into an apartment, you have to buy a new stove. Automatically. Sometimes when you move into an apartment, sometimes the stove is new. Sometimes you get a new stove. You ain't got to buy it. But if you move into an apartment, after someone been living there, you got to buy a new stove. You got to buy a new stove because you ain't sure whether a mouse or any one of these things died within that stove or that oven or the ranges for pot. They shall be broken down, but they are unclean and shall be unclean unto you. Tom Sheep.
Verse 36. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean. But that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean.
But that which touch their carcass shall be unclean. Tom Sheep.
And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed.
A sowing seed. Okay? Now the sowing seed means plant. You plant some seed, and the carcass from these mouse or from a mouse falls on the sowing seed, read, which is to be sown.
Which is to be sown, it shall be clean.
It's clean. Go ahead.
But if any water be upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean.
Why? I don't know. That's what God said. He said, water is on the seed, now it's unclean. Yeah, it's different now. But if water did not go on the seed and the carcass fall upon the sowing seed, it's still clean. It's still clean. You know how many times we cooking beans, cooking stuff, and you look and you find a roach leg inside the pot, dead, or a roach inside the... You know how many times in the past you had to throw the whole thing out? The whole thing got to go in the garbage. Not just take that thing out and no, that whole pot got to go. That's right. Tom Sheep.
And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean.
And if any beast of which ye may eat die, go ahead.
He that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the evening.
You hear that? I can't even explain that. He said, if any beast of which ye may eat, any beast that is clean for us to eat.
I'll make it clear. Yeah.
Any beast that's clean for us to eat, like the cows, deers, right? They die. He that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean. Even though the beast, the cattle is clean, but he died of himself. He just died. God said, don't touch it. If you touch it, touch the carcass, you're unclean. You're unclean until the evening. Tom Sheep.
And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean.
He that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. This is very important that we don't eat meat or eat a beast that died of itself. You know why it's very important? Because the prophet Ezekiel spoke about it. Ezekiel said, oh Lord God, there was a time when God told Ezekiel to make bread and put dung in it. He told Ezekiel turned to God. He said, oh Lord God, he said, I have been defiled myself by eating no animal that died of itself. That's important, man. The prophet said that, which means when we eat meat that died of itself, you defile yourself before God. You are defiled before God. You defile yourself, man. These are important things that we need to remember. There's different ways to defile yourself. You got to remember these things, man. And stay in line with God by keeping up with the laws. Don't get angry at the laws. Accept it. And say what? Accept it. You have to accept it. But we have a hard time accepting our faults. We have a hard time accepting our faults. Therefore, you can't change. You ain't going to be able to change. Tom C.
Verse 41. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them shall ye not eat. For they are an abomination. You shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves.
Sanctify yourselves. This is part of sanctifying yourself. Once a person make their mind up to set themselves apart, they're going to correct everything. You're going to look different. You're going to eat different.
That's right.
You're going to look, man.
They're going to be quick to touch and eat anything.
Look, man, you're not going to be so quick to touch and eat any and anything.
Right.
I'm not going to be so quick to eat from people's houses. Because you know why? Because I'm not sure by me eating what you did, did you change your stove? A lot of people move into their apartments and they don't change their stove. And then we go with our hungry belly self, go to the person's house and eat from them. Now you're eating from a stove that God said should be broken down. Everything that's cooked on that stove is defiled. Why? Because we are not sure if a mouse or the carcass of a mouse died in that stove. And you go cook on that same stove and go feed this brother. That food is unclean. Nothing you eat from that stove is good. Tom C.
Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy.
Ye shall be holy. You see what makes you holy? I said, you see the things that make you holy?
These are the things.
Go ahead.
Well,
These are the things that make you holy, man.
Roll on.
I said, these are the things that makes you holy before God. People say, oh, you can't be holy in this place. Yes, you can. Yes, you can be holy. Just fulfill the things that God said to fulfill, and you can be holy. You can be holy. Tom C.
For I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. You shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beast, of the fowl, of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and every creature that creepeth upon the earth. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
To make a difference between what?
The unclean,
and
the clean.
And the clean. But why do we continue to buy fish, whitings from stores that sell octopus, that sell shrimp, that sells lobster, crabs, and they don't separate and make no separation. They handle it all into one. We're not making the difference between what God said is clean from what God said is unclean. Why? Because you unclean. You are profane. And by you becoming profane, you had made yourself common. Like the people. Regular. Read.
To make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
Go to chapter 15. Leviticus chapter 15. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean, between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. Tom sheet, Leviticus chapter 15.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When any man hath a running issue out of his flesh, because of his
When any man had a running issue out of his flesh. The Hebrew word for running issue is zab. Zion bait. It means anything that flows, trickle, drip, bodily discharge, right? In other words, it's STDs. Those are the things that will cause your private member to leak. Okay, Tom sheet. That's called a running issue. And if your private member starts to leak from an issue or from an STD, you are unclean. Right, you are unclean. Tom sheet.
Because of his issue, he is unclean. Verse 3. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue.
And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue. Read.
Whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Sometimes
a man is unclean and he's discharging, but it stops. But he's still unclean. He's still unclean, Tom sheet.
Every bed whereon he lieth that had the issue is unclean.
If a man has a running issue and he lies on a bed while he has that running issue, the bed becomes unclean. Tom sheet.
And everything whereon he sitteth,
and everything that he sits upon, read,
shall be unclean.
Shall be unclean. There is nowhere in the book that states where it becomes clean. This is why my father didn't sit everywhere. My father didn't sit everywhere. Sometimes my father will go somewhere and he'll stand. He'll stand because these chairs that you have here are secondhand chairs. I don't know where you got these chairs from. I don't know who was sitting on these chairs. So to keep me clean, spiritually clean before God, I can't sit there. I got to avoid those chairs. Sometimes I may have to avoid contact. Because a lot of men cohabitate and they don't wash. I said a lot of men cohabitate and they don't wash. Go ahead.
Every bed whereon he lieth that had the issue is unclean.
Every bed whereon he lieth that had the issue is unclean. Read.
And everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean.
Everything that he sitteth upon shall be unclean.
Verse 5.
Tom sheet.
Whosoever toucheth his bread shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
So if I touch the bed that the man had, this man had a running issue, and he lied on that bed, and I go and touch that bed, I'm unclean. I'm unclean. I have to go bathe my flesh. I got to go wash my clothes and be unclean until the evening. Okay? So now, if the day and the evening is the same, then why God said at evening I'll be clean, which means the day shifts. It's a difference between the day and then when evening comes. Evening begins a new day.
New cycle, new 24-hour cycle.
God is not going to tell you when you become unclean, go wash, and at even you become clean if it's the same cotton picking day. Which means the day ends at even and begins at even.
That's the mark.
Tom sheet.
And he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that had the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until
so a man that had the issue, if he sit in the chair and I go touch the chair, wait, read that over.
Verse 6.
Verse 6.
And he that sitteth
on anything
whereon he sat
that
had the issue
shall
wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
Okay, and he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that had the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. So the man that have the issue sat in this chair, and I go and sit in that chair, I'm unclean. I got to go bathe my flesh. I got to take these clothes, wash it, and then I'll be clean. But if I don't wash my flesh and I don't wash my clothes, you know what God said? He said, thou shalt bear their iniquity. You're going to bear that sin.
Yeah.
Now we see why we so distant. There's nobody running home to go wash. There's nobody running home to go wash their clothes so that they can be clean, spiritually clean by God's law. It ain't talking about dirt.
No.
It's not talking about dirt.
That's right.
When God speaks about clean and unclean, it's spoken about spiritually clean. This is an uncleanness that only God can see.
Yeah.
I can't see the uncleanness. And you can't see the uncleanness to tell whether I'm unclean or not. God can tell. Tom, see?
Verse 7. And he that toucheth the flesh of him that had the issue.
And he that toucheth the flesh of him that had the issue
Shall wash his clothes
shall
and bathe
wash
himself
his
in water
clothes.
and be unclean until
Wash
the
his clothes, bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. This is why my father wore long sleeve in the summertime. Long sleeve in the summertime. Gloves on his hand. Just to keep himself clean because people like to touch. He said, man, you say hello. Someone always want to come grab you. Somebody always want to hug. This one want to.
Yeah.
So he wore long sleeves and gloves in the summertime so that he don't have to end up coming in skin contact with people. That was called a sacrifice. He said, you don't think I'm hot?
Okay.
He said, you don't
Hands
think it's
sweating.
hot? Hands sweating. It's 90, 95 degrees, but I got long sleeve on.
Sacrifice.
But we have to learn that there come a point in time that we have to sacrifice to fulfill the commandments of God.
That's right.
Sometimes you may have to put yourself in a difficult situation just to fulfill God's law. And these are the things that draws the Creator's attention towards you.
Yeah.
Okay? Tom C.
And if he that had the issue.
Now, question. Doesn't the chair become clean at sundown? No. Nowhere in the book states, and you're going to see it as we read, nowhere in the book states that the chair becomes clean at sundown. These are things that people added on to the book. It's not in the book. You know how many times I've been telling brothers to show me that? He said, chair becomes clean at sundown. No, show me that. I'm still waiting on the brother to show me that. It's been 10, 15 years, and he ain't seen it yet. But you know what's the problem? When people first buy their furniture, they don't want to get rid of it. They just bought the furniture. And they're not on point with those type of laws. And they allow anybody to sit on the chairs. I got separation. We have to learn to put a separation. Listen, this is the chair that you sit on when you are unclean. I don't want to hear that you forgot. You know why? Because to forget is wickedness. I said, King David said that. He said, I have not wickedly forgotten thy laws.
Right.
So when we forget God's law, it denotes wickedness.
That's right.
We got to be on point. Nowhere in the book states that the chair is clean at sunset or when the sun is down. Nowhere. Tom sheet.
And if he that had the issue.
You're going to hear it. Go ahead, read.
Spit upon him that is clean.
And if he that had the issue, now if I'm unclean and I have an issue, and I'm talking and my spit comes on you, read.
Then he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
So when I'm doing this law, I gotta be careful. I gotta stand a very large distance, or make sure you talk with your hand in front of your mouth, because people talk and sometimes spit comes out, and if your spit touches me and you're unclean, now I have to wash my flesh and I have to wash my clothes. Then I will be clean until the evening. Tom sheet.
And what saddle soever he rideth upon.
What saddle soever he rideth upon.
That had the issue.
Shall
be unclean.
Shall be unclean. The saddle becomes unclean. Tom sheet.
And whosoever toucheth anything that was under him.
Whosoever toucheth anything that was under him.
Shall be unclean.
Unclean until the evening.
And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
So if I touch anything that's under him, I'm unclean until the evening. But if I bear it, which means I carry it, now I got to wash my clothes and bathe my flesh and be unclean until the evening. Tom Sheep.
Whomsoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and hath not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening.
Ain't that heavy? I can't even explain that. God said, before I touch, if I'm unclean and I have an issue, and I'm unclean from this issue, before I touch you, he said, go wash your hands. And that shows me that you touch with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
If my arm happened to brush against something, I'm not unclean. Because you don't touch with your arm.
That's
You
right.
touch with your hands.
That's right.
You touch with your hands.
That's right.
You eat with your hands. You touch with your hands. Tom Sheep.
And the vessel of the earth that ye touch it, which hath the issue, shall be broken.
Shall be,
And every
And the vessel of earth that he touch it,
which had
the issue,
shall
be broken. Which means if a man have an issue in his flesh, right? And he touch a vessel of earth, of clay or pottery, he said that clay or pottery shall be broken. God gonna tell you what to wash. God gonna explain to you what to wash. Read. And every
vessel of wood shall be rinsed in
there
water.
you go. A vessel of wood. It has to be made of wood in order to be rinsed or washed. If it ain't made of wood,
so
it's no good.
Nothing could be done.
Tom Sheep.
And when he that had the issue was cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days,
for his cleansing,
and wash his clothes, and
bathe
his flesh,
in running water,
and shall be clean.
Now we have to be careful and be on point. When a woman is on her menstruation, when a man has a running issue, according to the law of God said, whatever you sit on is unclean. So if I have a running issue, I have to be careful and remember everything that I wore. All the clothes that I wore while I was on my issue is unclean. So I have to separate those clothes and keep those clothes separated from my other clothes. Because according to the scriptures, it never stated that there's a way of getting these things that I sit on clean.
He said it shall be unclean.
It shall be unclean. Okay, go ahead.
And on the 8th day, he shall take to him 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering,
for a burnt offering, the other for a burnt offering.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. And if any man's seed of copulation go out
there you go. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, okay, go ahead.
Then he shall wash all his flesh.
Shall wash all his flesh in water,
and be unclean until the evening. And every garment, every skin, wherein is the seed of copulation, shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the evening.
So the seed of copulation, whatever it touches, if the seed of copulation touches my sheets, if the seed of copulation touches or get on my clothes, I have to wash my clothes. I got to wash whatever the seed of copulation touches. Whatever it touches. Before sunset. Before the sun go down. Go ahead.
The woman also,
when whom man lie with seed of copulation,
they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean
until even. Both parties. So you're cohabitating and you're getting down with your Isha, right? At the end of that episode, you have to go in the water. You gotta go wash. The man go wash, the wife go wash. And you both have to be, and then you'll be able to clean. You'll be clean at sunset, from head to toe. Your flesh. Go ahead.
And if a woman have an issue, And her issue and her flesh be blood.
Now, if a woman have an issue, now we going into the woman now. The issue with the woman is her menstruation. See, the woman goes through a cleaning process. The body is cleansing herself. Okay, go ahead.
She shall be put apart.
She shall be put apart 7 days.
And whosoever toucheth her,
she's unclean for 7 days. Right. Not 2 days, not 3 days. Because a lot of women feel that they bleed 2 days and their period is over. No, you still have 5 more days to go. That's how it works. So when you bleed 2 days and stop, you got 5 more days. If you bleed 4 days and stop, you got 3 more days. Now, if you bleed 4 days and stop, and then on the 6th day, you bleed again, stop counting. You got to stop counting. Wait till you stop bleeding and then count 7 days over. A lot of women don't know how to count their separation.
They said stop when the
okay.
blood stops.
Go ahead, read.
She shall be put apart 7 days.
7 days.
Whosoever toucheth her shall
be unclean until the even. So it's different with the woman now. If the woman is on her nidata and I touch her, I'm just unclean until the even. I ain't got to wash my flesh. I don't got to bathe my clothes, wash my clothes. Come, she.
And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean.
So if a woman is on her nidata, she should not be in teachings. She's supposed to be separated. You're not supposed to be here.
That's right.
You got to be separated. Go ahead.
Everything also that she sitteth upon.
Everything that she sits upon
shall be unclean.
Shall be unclean. So you must be aware of where you sit at. Because whatever you sit on becomes unclean.
That's right.
So you have a designated chair. You have a designated place where you lay at. Okay? And these are the places that you sit and lay at. So you don't make everything in the house unclean.
That's right.
Tom, she.
And whosoever toucheth her bed.
Whosoever toucheth her bed
shall wash his clothes.
Shall wash his clothes.
And bathe himself in water.
Bathe himself in water.
And be unclean
until even. So if you touch the bed that the woman sat or lie on her nidata, you're unclean. You got to go wash. Time sheet.
And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon.
Whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon.
Shall wash his clothes.
Shall wash his clothes.
Bathe himself in water.
Bathe himself in water.
And be unclean until
the even. Time sheet. And if
it be on her bed.
And if it be on her bed.
Or on anything whereon
she sitteth.
When he toucheth it, he shall be unclean. Until the even. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days. And all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean.
Now he's unclean just like the woman because her flowers got upon him. They cohabitated. She messed around and whatever happened, her menstruation came down on him. Now he's unclean. And whatever, according to what the book says, whatever he sits on is unclean. Tamshi.
And if a woman have an issue of blood many days out of the time of her separation,
and if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, which means she bled past 7 days. Sometimes women's menstruation is out of whack, and it happens. So she bled past 7 days, right? Right? Go ahead.
Or if it run beyond the time of her separation. All the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation.
You see that? He said every bed that she sitteth upon, right, shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation. Go ahead.
And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. Verse 28.
Whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. Tamshi.
But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days.
7 days.
And after that,
if she be cleansed of her issue, when she stopped bleeding, then she got to number 7 days. And after that, she shall be clean. That's why I said when the woman bleed past 7 days or go beyond 7 days, stop counting. Stop counting. Wait till you stop bleeding and then count 7 days more.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Tamshi.
And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness.
From their uncleanness.
That they die not in their
uncleanness. When they defile my tabernacle that is among them. It's important. These are important things to recognize and realize. It's important not to die in your uncleanness. It's important. Go ahead.
This is the law of him that hath the issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that hath the issue, of the man and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean.
And with that, I already got what was bought. And I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom. Do we have any more any questions before we shut it down? Any questions? Tomorrow we'll be starting at 10:30. We'll be starting at 10:30. 10:30 in the morning. Any questions? Any questions?
Please share, like, and subscribe.
Share, like, and subscribe, family. Share, like, and subscribe. All right. We got 15 likes. We got 26 people in the room. Let's get the likes up. With that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Rakam.
See you in the Bokway. Huh? Oh. Wait, let me see. Nobody asked no question.